As Vietnam continues to attract foreign investment, more companies are hiring expatriates to manage operations, transfer expertise, and lead expansion. However, every foreign employee must hold a valid work permit, a legal document that authorizes employment in Vietnam. Without one, both the employer and the employee risk heavy penalties. Vietnam's regulations on foreign employees govern all procedures for applying, renewing, and managing work permits. For employers, understanding this process is not optional, it is essential to staying compliant and operational. Vietnam's work permit system is regulated by the government's regulations on foreign employees working in Vietnam, along with subsequent amendments and guidance. These laws define who needs a permit, who is exempt, and the exact procedures employers must follow. A foreign employee can only work in Vietnam if their position, qualifications, and experience meet specific criteria. Work permits are valid for up to 2 years, and can be renewed once, for another 2-year term. Beyond that, a new application is required. 1. Determine eligibility and position approval. Before hiring a foreign employee, the company must first obtain approval for the job position from the competent labor authority. This step, known as labor demand approval, confirms that no qualified Vietnamese candidate is available for the position. Employers must submit a report on demand for foreign workers at least 15 days before the expected employment date. The report must specify job title, responsibilities, qualifications, and contract duration. Once approved, the Department of Home Affairs issues a written confirmation. This is the foundation for the work permit application. 2. Prepare the application dossier. A complete work permit dossier includes 1. A written request for work permit issuance by the employer. 2. A health certificate issued within the past 12 months by an authorized hospital. 3. A criminal record certificate from the employee's home country and, if applicable, Vietnam. 4. Certified copies of passport and visa pages. 5. Educational qualifications, degree, diploma, or certificate. 6. Work experience confirmation proving at least 3 years of relevant professional experience. 7. A passport-sized photo taken within 6 months. All foreign documents must be consular legalized, translated into Vietnamese, and notarized before submission. Errors in legalization or translation are the most common causes of delay or rejection. 3. Submit the dossier to the Department of Home Affairs. Once the dossier is complete, the employer submits it to the competent labor authority in the province where the employee will work. Processing typically takes 5 to 7 working days. The work permit will specify the employee's name, job title, employer, and validity period. The employee may begin working only after the official permit is issued. Employers must retain both physical and electronic copies for inspection. 4. Sign the labor contract. After obtaining the work permit, the employer and employee must sign a written labor contract consistent with the permit details, particularly job title and duration. The employer must send a copy of the signed labor contract to the competent labor authority that issued the work permit within the statutory timeframe. Any inconsistencies between the contract and the work permit, such as different job titles or locations, can invalidate both documents. Proper alignment ensures smooth labor inspections and visa renewals later on. 5. Apply for Temporary Residence Card, TRC. Once the work permit is issued, the employee may apply for a Temporary Residence Card, TRC, through the Immigration Department. The TRC allows long-term residence and multiple entries during the employment period. Its duration usually matches the work permit's validity. Employers should coordinate both applications to ensure no visa gaps occur, as overstays or expired visas can result in fines or re-entry bans. 6. Renewal and extension. Work permits are renewable once, for a maximum of 2 additional years. Renewal applications must be filed at least 15 days before expiry. The renewal dossier is simpler than the original. It typically includes the current work permit, updated health certificate, and employment confirmation. However, if any job details or employer information change, a new work permit must be issued. Employers should maintain a tracking system to monitor expiry dates and avoid unintentional lapses. 7. Revocation and post-termination obligations. When employment ends, whether by termination, resignation, or contract expiry, the employer must return the work permit to the competent labor authority within 15 days, and notify the Immigration Department to cancel the TRC. Failure to do so can result in fines and complications for future applications. Employers must also settle all wages, insurance, and tax obligations before the employee departs. A clear offboarding process prevents compliance issues and protects the company's standing with authorities. 8. Compliance checklist for employers. To stay compliant, every employer in Vietnam hiring foreign employees should maintain approved labor demand report from the competent labor authority, registered internal labor rules (ILRs), where registration is required by law, signed labor contract matching the work permit, valid work permit and TRC, proof of social insurance participation, if applicable, records of work permit renewal and return upon termination. LTS law recommends conducting periodic HR audits to ensure all documentation meets Decree 152 requirements. 9. Common mistakes that cause rejections. Typical mistakes include submitting unlegalized foreign documents, using inconsistent job titles across forms, late filing or missing renewal deadlines, employing staff before permit approval, failing to return expired permits. These small errors can result in significant administrative fines and immigration consequences, including forced exit of the employee. Proactive compliance saves time, cost, and reputation. 10. Case example: how LTS law streamlined a multinational's work permit process. A US technology company expanding to Hanoi faced delays in onboarding expatriate managers due to documentation issues. LTS law stepped in, reviewed all dossiers, legalized documents, liaised with the competent labor authority, and coordinated TRC issuance. The permits were issued within 3 weeks, faster than standard processing time. The company now uses LTS law's work permit checklist for all future hires, ensuring smooth and compliant onboarding. At LTS Law, we provide full-scope services for work permit applications, renewals, and exemptions under Vietnamese law. Our team prepares bilingual documents, manages legalization, liaises with competent labor and immigration authorities, and handles TRC filings. We also advise on compliance audits, foreign labor management systems, and penalty prevention. For FDI companies, we align corporate policies with local immigration and labor requirements, ensuring legal certainty and operational efficiency. Vietnam welcomes international expertise, but every foreign hire must meet local legal standards. A single oversight in the work permit process can delay operations or lead to costly penalties. Don't risk non-compliance. Contact LTS Law today to receive your customized work permit legal checklist and ensure your company's foreign employment is 100% lawful, efficient, and audit-ready. Build your global workforce the compliant way, with LTS Law by your side.